Hi everyone. Today we're going to talk about Tower of Hell. I don't know if I can say that, but honestly, it's alright. So this game, basically you climb up a tower, and as you can see, I'm level 22. And yeah, I liked this game before, but now I'm just starting to realize why. It doesn't really make much sense. Let's compare it to other popular games. Like, for example, Adopt Me. It's a kid's game. Fun, bright colors. And it's just a game. It's basically a huge company at this point. But other than that, it's a cool game. I don't play it. I can see why people like it. Cute pets. I played Adopt Me for a little bit. But what about this game? Bright colors, cosmetics, and death? That doesn't really go well. But it's Tower of Hell. What do you expect? This game is pretty old. No doubt about it. And I liked it. But at this point, it's basically practice to me. Nothing too hard or ridiculous. Of course, I will struggle as I haven't played this in almost a year. When I did, I was good at this game. Of course, there was people better than me, but when I played this, I was good at this game. Okay, yeah. There's some lag on my, So anyway, why is this game trash? A few reasons. This is not a script. This is from top of my head. I knew what I was doing when I woke up. Number 1. The game feels too relaxed. It tries to relax the user in times of pain and desperation. The music is pretty calm. Of course, I've turned it off. Although it is copyright free, but it's alright. So yeah, the bright colors, and yeah. Let's take G2H for example. G2H is basically the same thing, but 10 times harder. It emphasizes that it's hard, using difficulties, harsh, intense music, and not instant death, but rather the worry that you might fall. Scary names, but it's just hell. Now, a lot of people actually struggle with this game, and definitely I can see why. Mobile players have a hard time. At least I haven't played on mobile. I know it sucks. So, on to the next reason. The game kind of can be kind of dangerous to your mental health. If you're not that good at obbies, you will play this game till the day you die. Just for nothing. G2H actually rewards you, a lot. There's a badge for almost every hard tower out there. And people will realize your victory, and they'll see it. They'll see GG, and everything else be in between. But in this case, it's practice. And people are struggling on a game which is comparable to practice. And it just doesn't help the user that the game doesn't have much content. Sure, there's over 200 stages. They're all amazing stages created by excellent developers. But the problem isn't the developers, it's the people who play it and the way it was intended to be advertised. You see, this was advertised as a ridiculously hard game with never-ending pain and anything of that matter. But when you look at it, it just invites so many people because, oh my gosh, it said it has a swear word in its title. It must be really insanely hard. Now, of course, this might seem a bit ironic since I haven't completed it yet. But yeah, as you can see, my computer is pretty bad. The screen recorder can't handle all this lag. Yeah, as you can see, the footage is a bit low quality, so I have a chance of performing such jumps. That's why I don't do many gameplays of towers and everything like that. They're hard to do. The lag really does annoy that. Now, as you can see, I have a lot of points, and I can do a few things. But then, here's the next point. The game is pay to win. Okay, actually, that's a bit of an exaggeration. But yeah, there is a lot of pay to win aspects. Of course, the items which help you win are pretty cheap. But in the end, it's not really a test of skill, but rather a test of, just time. Now, these are known as erroneous tasks. Basically, something you do over and over again to fix your mistakes and eventually complete it. And those types of challenges are not very good challenges because it requires the player to play the game for a very long time, or do such a thing for a very long time. Yeah, G2H does this. It feeds off your mistakes, and after you complete the tower for a little bit, play the tower for a little bit, you get used to it, and then you finally complete it. But in that sense, you actually get somewhat of a reward, as I said earlier. In this case, it doesn't seem like a reward. The only reward that I can honestly see is the amount of views this sort of content gets. The amount of views that this sort of content gets is absolutely insane. And probably saying, yeah, that's just you. This game is not trash. Well, here's my next point, and it's gonna kind of make you think differently about this game. If this game was intended to be hard, and everyone is failing, well, at least not doing as well as others, then why does it have such a high player count? And this is my next point. The game has such a high demand for something new. And this drives YTs to just milk the heck out of this genre. They make skips on the smallest things. Like, for example, I'm gonna do a skip in a little bit. This skip right here. Oh, okay, never mind. As you can see, that was a skip. I feel very weird just failing that. And this wide audience makes it so everyone wants something completely different. And when you have that sort of demand, the developer gets stressed and just doesn't feel like making much content. And that's what happened when Toe blew up. The developers did not update the game for some time. And I've seen Toe YouTubers make their own stages, and I can see it's quite difficult. And Toe is meant to be short and simple and long. And I'm kind of scared this is gonna turn into murder mystery, where the game is just a giant online data farm. You're probably wondering why is murder mystery an online data farm? Well, it's because there's a lot of emotes, which it's not the best thing. And finally, the last reason, and this reason isn't as strong as the other ones, but I think I should mention it anyway. The game doesn't have much replay value. Sure, you can play it a lot, and the only replay value is to get all of these buffs. But then, doesn't that mean that the game it's kind of like a paradox. Think about it this way. You have to run 1 mile every day for the rest of your life. Every time you do it, you get better at running that 1 mile. But then you also get $1 for every time you run 1 mile. So slowly you buy new things. Like for example, when you get enough money and you get enough money, you earn a bike. And just like that, you start pedaling. And yeah, you get exercise still. But it's a lot. Actually, I'm not really sure. That's a bit controversial about that. But basically, you're making it easier for yourself by getting something new. Now, of course, if you want to keep the challenge, don't get any power-ups. That's what you're probably going to say. But then what's the point of playing the game? See, you're not creating a challenge, you're just creating an endless loop. And when you start getting more and more money every day, in the mile example, you get a car, and then the mile becomes a blaze, and all of a sudden, doing that mile makes life seem meaningless. Sure, you'll get a lot of money from doing that 1 mile constantly, but the value of the dollar starts to just go out of nowhere, and you start to realize that it doesn't matter if you do the mile. You start not valuing the money, but instead the fact of the matter, what you just accomplished. And this is where the level system comes into play. And this is where the level system actually redeems itself. The level system makes people know how skillful someone is. Because look at Arsenal. In Arsenal, you can smurf and become a very low level and then make it seem that you are in fact better than worse than other players when you're actually really good. In this game, you can do that. But then again, doesn't that kind of make it seem that the game is bad? Oh, I don't know. I'm talking nonsense again. Sorry about that. So yeah, let's go over all of the examples. It's way too relaxed. It drives a person to insanity, just playing the game over and over again. It's kind of pay to win. In fact, you can buy ROBUX, but in the end, it's to support the developers. Kind of bad reason. It doesn't have many rewards. Nowadays, when someone beats a tower, it's not very rewarded anymore.
Fun,
and lastly, there's not many free play value, as it becomes a repetitive process, which
other than that
sucks.
It's a cool game.
Are these reasons actually based off my actual,
I played it on
ideas? And yeah, these do in fact reflect off my ideas.
And
of course, a lot of people will disagree. I know that.
That doesn't really go
Am I trying to create a controversy?
But it's Tower of Hell.
And if I was actually trying to create a controversy, I would attack the people who made this game. But no,
but at this point,
I'm attacking the game.
It's basically practice to me.
Honestly, that's what happens with a lot of controversies.
Or ridiculous.
You're not attacking what the person does.
You're attacking
the person itself. Maybe that's just what it is all about.
When I did, I was good at this game.
So what is this exactly about?
Of course, there was people better than me.
I'm just trying to say this game is not good, and this game does not deserve this many players.
Yeah.
Now, we can all agree that these developers are swimming in money, and
so
yeah,
anyway,
they definitely deserve it.
Game trash.
But nowadays, I don't feel this game deserves to be on the front page anymore.
This is from the top of my head.
It doesn't feel like
I knew what
it deserves
I was doing when I woke up.
And
number one,
anyway, thanks for watching.
The game,
of course,
feels too relaxed.
Just remember,
it tries to relax the user.
Ever
in times of pain,
make the mistake
and desperation
of making a controversy in the first place.
The music is pretty calm. Of course, I've turned it off, although it's copyright free, but it's alright. So yeah, the right colors, and yeah.